Guys, it's me, it's Queen Set Haru, and I'm coming to you today with another exciting edition of Ask an Aquarius. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys an update. Today's update day. So if you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button right down there and smack the bell next to it so you can get all of the notifications when I do a video. Okay, so this is the update. I asked you guys to pray for me about 4 months ago. Some of you will remember. I got so many prayers, so many messages from people emailed me, they Facebooked me, they Instagrammed me, and they're still doing it to this day. It's been months and months and months of wonderful people praying for me. And I wanted to tell you guys that I finally broke through. Now, if you remember, I told you I was working on a situation with Voldemort, and I felt like I was ready to be done with it. I was ready to be finished with it, but I didn't know what the last part was. So I had figured out at that time that the last part was releasing the love. Not allowing myself to feel the love, not allowing myself to care what happened to him, no more praying for him. Just let the love go. Over the years, I had let every part go. I had let the anger go, the bitterness go, the things he gave me go, tangible like presents, things like that. Slowly but surely, I let every piece go. Mind, body, spirit. Everything happens on those levels. I had let the physical things go. I had let everything go except the love. I had allowed myself to keep it. Because I told myself that I could love him from a distance. I could love him from afar. I could hold that in my heart and it was fine. It was no big deal. I love other people that I don't talk to anymore. So I didn't think it was really a big deal. But in that case, it was. That's what was holding me back. Because as long as I held on to the love, it kept me in the energy. And even though I didn't see him physically, didn't talk to him, I'm in a different country at this point, it's still, the love was still there. Love never dies. But I figured something out. Love is an energy. Love is an action. You love something. You hate something. These things are actions. So I was like, well, if it's an action, then I can unaction it. I'm Aquarius. I'm always thinking. So I'm like, I can unaction it. I never fell in love with anybody before, and I've never made myself not love anybody before. So when I asked you guys for the prayers, it was because I had to do something that I didn't know how to do. Had never done before, haven't seen anybody else do before, and wasn't sure if it was going to work. So I set out using my spiritual methods, using my, emotional methods, using all the things I had in my arsenal. So I was like, okay, I'm going to, instead of allowing myself to feel that love towards him, when that love wells up in me, or if I feel a hint of it, or if I care in any second, I'll give that love to somebody else. So I did that. Every time it welled up, I talked to my daughter, sent her a message, talked to my best friend, went and hugged my best friend's mom. I would give that love to someone else. So my psyche got used to that, used to that love going in other places. So it stopped coming up like that. And then the other thing I did, I learned in meditation. I learned in meditation that when thoughts come into your mind, to just push them away. So if you're trying to meditate and thoughts are coming in, I just push them away. And I don't spend time fighting them or dwelling them or listening to them. I just push them. So that's what was happening. Every time Voldemort came to my mind, I just pushed it away. And it wasn't very frequently, but it was just enough to keep it in my consciousness. Okay. So I worked on those two techniques hard. Every time it came up, I made myself do it. And then, like I said, this had been about 4 months. So I didn't really notice that over time it started to slow down. I didn't even notice. I just kept doing it. I was diligently doing it. So the other day, 4 months later, a woman says to me after a reading, by the way, who is Voldemort? And I was like, who? And then I laughed and I said to her, I'll do a video about it. I'll let you know all about it. That's why I did that video, Who is Voldemort? So I told her I would do the video and she could watch it then. And she's like, okay. And we hung up. And I sat here in this spot and was like, oh my God, I forgot who he was. That has never happened. If anybody ever said, who was Voldemort, his face immediately came to my mind. His memory immediately comes to my mind. When she said it, I drew a blank, y'all. And I knew right then and there, I sat right here in this spot and I said, I's free now. I say, I's free now. And that's what came up for me. I was like, I am free. Anytime Aquarius don't remember something, I remember everything and the details of it and everything. And I drew a blank for the first time in over, since I've known him. I drew a straight blank, like, who? And I said to myself, I's free now. And I sat there. And so I said to myself, I got to do this video. So I did the video on the whole Voldemort thing. And then the other day, I was doing some emotional healing work. And I was like, you got to tell the subbies that how helpful their prayers were. You know, all the magic combined from your prayers and from the work that I did mentally and emotionally, all of it has rendered me free. So now I'm free to just, you know, utilize the story for education purposes only and not have to worry about anything else. You know, I said one last prayer for him and I said to Goddess, this is it. You don't need me to pray for him, Goddess. You got him. And that was it, you know? So I'm like, wow. So I had to tell you guys about that. I had to give you the update. So thank you. Thank every last one of you who prayed for me. Thank every last one of you who sent positive energy. Thank every last one of you who sent me a message saying, hey, I've been there. You know, I feel you. Thank you all, because now I'm at a space where I can move on to the next thing I got to heal. The next things I have to work on, which I told you about yesterday, the 3 things that I'm working on. Now I can focus on soulmate manifestation. I can focus on money manifestation and consciousness. I can focus on being more compassionate with people to get on my nerves. You know, I can focus on those things. Now that that thing is done, I can focus on these. And then when those things are done, I can focus on something else. So I just wanted you guys to know how helpful and beneficial you've been to me. And I wanted to thank you sincerely because it feels good to be in this space. Take care.